They were America's dream couple, Chip and Joanna Gaines, the picture of faith, family, and flawless design. But when headlines exploded with the news that Chip had been sentenced to life in prison, the world stopped. Fans were left in disbelief. What could the man known for fixing broken homes possibly have done to destroy his own? Was it a hidden betrayal, a buried past, or a truth so dark it had been kept from the spotlight for decades? What started in a small Texas town as a love story became a national obsession, and now, it's unraveling. This is the shocking downfall no one saw coming, and it all began with a single photograph hanging in a dusty auto shop. Intrigued by her photo, Chip couldn't shake the feeling that he had to meet her. That simple image on the shop wall sparked something undeniable, and when he finally walked into her father's tire store and laid eyes on Joanna in person, the moment felt fated. But fate has a sense of humor. Their very first date started off as a disaster. Chip arrived an hour and a half late. Most women would have walked out. But not Joanna. Something told her to wait. And when he finally showed up, with that easy smile and unapologetic charm, he made her laugh, really laugh. His confidence, humor, and unfiltered honesty melted the awkwardness away. That night didn't just end in forgiveness. It marked the beginning of a love story neither of them could have written, and one that would eventually capture the hearts of millions. But just as their connection began to spark, life threw them an unexpected curveball. Before they could even plan a second date, Joanna was scheduled for major back surgery. Most early relationships would have fizzled under the weight of that kind of interruption, but not this one. Instead of fading, the distance deepened their bond. Chip never pulled away. He stayed close, offering support, laughter, and light in her darkest days. Joanna, in turn, saw something rare in Chip, not just charm, but genuine loyalty and heart. What started as attraction quickly became something stronger, a partnership forged through adversity. Where Joanna was calm, reflective, and grounded, Chip was spontaneous, bold, and fearless, and somehow, together, they just made sense. They didn't just fall in love, they built it like one of their future homes, brick by brick. And on May 31, 2003, in their hometown of Waco, Texas, Chip and Joanna Gaines sealed their love with vows in front of family and friends, promising to face life hand in hand, with purpose and passion. Together, Chip and Joanna have grown since then, not only as a pair but also as business partners and well-known people. Fans all over the world are still moved by their love story, which began with a chance meeting and grew stronger through hardships. These two people show not only how strong love can be, but also how to build a life on shared goals and unwavering trust. To learn more about what really interested each of them, what drove them, and what dreams they chased, let's look at their careers. Before they became well known, Chip and Joanna Gaines were just two driven people going in very different directions. Chip used to play baseball in college. He is always full of energy and new ideas. He went to Baylor University and played on the team while studying business. But when he saw how much money he could make buying, fixing up, and selling houses, he changed his focus from sports to real estate. His early attempts at selling houses showed that he had a natural talent for making rundown homes into homes that people could live in and that were worth more. Chip had already turned around almost 100 homes when he married Joanna in 2003. His love of fixing things up and taking risks set the stage for a much bigger trip. On the other hand, Joanna went to school to get a degree in marketing. Her original plan for her job was to work in radio and TV. Her goal was to work as a television journalist, so she did some work in local media. But as she worked on more of Chip's real estate projects, her tastes began to change. Joanna easily took on the role of designer for the homes they were remodeling together. She has a great eye for design and knows how to make spaces that are both beautiful and useful. A little help here and there turned into a full-time artistic partnership. When they put their skills together, they made something special. Chip was in charge of the building part of the improvements. He made the big changes and did the physical work. Joanna worked on the inside of homes, giving each one warmth, charm, and careful attention to detail. They quickly became well known in their neighborhood for their unique style and ability to make old homes look like new again. Joanna made a blog so they could talk about their work and life. More and more people were reading her posts, and it wasn't long before HGTV directors saw their work. It was in 2013 that the couple started their TV show Fixer Upper. The show followed them as they helped people buy homes that needed a lot of work and then turned them into their dream homes. People all over the country fell in love with the couple's chemistry, their friendly, down-to-earth attitudes, and the rustic modern style that became their signature. Fixer Upper was a hit for 5 seasons. Not only did each episode show the dramatic changes to people's homes, but it also showed the couple's fun relationship and genuine connection with their customers. Their goals grew bigger as they became more well-known. After the end of the first show, they took a short break from TV to work on their family and business. Later, they came back with new shows on the Magnolia Network, such as a Christmas season of Fixer Upper and a few spin-offs. As their empire grew, Magnolia became the name of all of their business and artistic projects. The Magnolia Market at the Silos in Waco became a popular place for tourists to visit. There are shops, a bakery, gardens, food trucks, and event areas on the property. Hearth and Hand with Magnolia, their line of products, debuted at Target and quickly became a hit all over the country. They also started putting out a magazine and books that were about their beliefs and way of life. They worked together on everything they did. They built it in a way that will amaze you. From being poor to being famous across the country, their teamwork made simple fixer-uppers into a huge business that millions of people loved. Their name Magnolia was the basis for many of the things they did. What started out as a few real estate flips quickly turned into a number of joint projects in the retail, leisure, and media industries. Magnolia Market at the Silos in Waco, Texas, was their first big growth. People came from all over the world to visit this place, which became a vacation spot. Joanna has carefully chosen home goods and furniture to sell at the market. There are also food trucks, a bakery, garden areas, and a big lawn where people can relax and enjoy the Magnolia experience. That wasn't the end. Magnolia Press, a coffee shop that has Joanna's unique style, became a popular place for both locals and tourists to hang out very quickly. They also reached more people through Magnolia Table, a restaurant that serves classic dishes made with local products. They got better at telling stories as their numbers grew. They started Magnolia Journal, a magazine that comes out every 3 months and has personal essays, recipes, and lifestyle articles that are based on their values and way of life. One of their newest and most amazing projects is Hotel 1928, which is a full-scale renovation of an old building in downtown Waco. They took the whole room and turned it into a boutique hotel, mixing old-fashioned charm with modern luxury. Their new show Fixer Upper showed how they worked on this huge job. The hotel, which shows fans how big and hard their next task is going to be. It also shows how they can change their brand while staying true to their roots in storytelling and style. Chip and Joanna have written several books together in addition to their business projects. Some of these are autobiographies, children's books, and style guides. Writing together has helped them think about their journey and share their ideas about work, family, and life. They are still co-leaders of Magnolia and share responsibility for setting the company's direction. Chip and Joanna are still very involved in the artistic and strategic parts of their brand. They make sure that their personal touch is in everything they make. It looks like they have a great life, and you might think what a lucky person they are. But hold on. Behind the scenes, their life has had its share of problems, just like the lives of everyone else. Let me tell you about how they interact with each other and their children as a couple and as parents. Chip and Joanna are happy to have 5 kids. Drake, Ella, Duke, Emmy, and the rest of the group. Drake, their eldest son, is 20 years old in 2024, while Crew, their youngest son, is only 6 years old. Having kids of such a range of ages presents its own set of difficulties. Having a teenager and a baby can keep you up at night, so they've been through all the ups and downs that come with having a big family. In interviews and on social media, Joanna often talks about her family life. She talks about how fast their kids are growing up and how each one brings something different to the family. Chip and Joanna have always put their family first, even though they are famous. Because of all the trouble in Hollywood, they've chosen to raise their kids in Waco, Texas. But the attention is still on them even in Waco. People became more interested in their family as they became more well-known. There has been some talk about this online, especially on sites like Reddit, where fans and haters alike guess about their personal lives. A lot of it is good, but some say that having such well-known jobs, kids, and a marriage must be hard. It's also easy to see how being in the public eye could make private problems feel even worse at times. In an honest interview in 2023, Joanna talked about how her marriage has changed over the years. She said, "I'm more like Chip and Chip is more like me." This simple comment showed how the two have changed over the years to fit each other. They used to seem very different, with Chip being more spontaneous and outgoing and Joanna being more organized and introspective. But now, their personalities have mixed in interesting ways. It shows how close they are and how willing they are to grow together, even though the camera is always on them. As their kids get bigger, Chip and Joanna are also paying more attention to their own health and habits. End of 2024 was the first time they worked out together, which wasn't something they did before. It wasn't just about getting fit during these workouts. They were about getting to know each other, being strict, and spending time together outside of work and children. It was a new time in their daily lives where health and helping each other became more important. Still, their fame can be bad in some ways. It has given their family more options, but it has also made people more aware of them. Every move they make is watched, and the stress of having to look perfect can be hard. Still, Chip and Joanna have been honest about the things they do wrong. They've never said they were the perfect parents or pair. Instead, they continue to talk about real things. Whether it's the chaos of everyday life, the stress of having teenagers, or the beauty in the simple things that we do. Along with family problems that got worse over time, they had to deal with more and more problems. One of them even threatened to turn their whole world upside down, but they had no idea. As their fame grew and their reach touched millions of people, they started to get criticism and attention for things other than design and home renovation. Their business practices, personal beliefs, and legal mistakes made their image even worse, even though it was already very good. One of the first and most talked about problems with the Gaines family was that they were members of the Antioch Community Church in Waco, Texas. They have been going to the church regularly, and it is known for having strong Christian beliefs. In Texas, that's not unusual in and of itself, but the church got a lot of criticism for being publicly anti-LGBTQ. Some people on BuzzFeed News wondered if Chip and Joanna agreed with their church leaders about things like gay marriage and LGBTQ rights, which made the situation much worse. When that happened, the Gainesers hadn't shown any same-sex partners on Fixer Upper. This made some critics wonder if this was because of personal or religious bias. The couple never said anything bad about the LGBTQ community in public, but their silence on the subject caused more trouble. People who supported them said the criticism was unfair and based on guesswork. People who were against it said that public people with so much power should be clear about their views. Fans were divided on how they felt about the situation. Some praised the Gaines for staying true to their faith, while others said they were being exclusive. In interviews and blog pieces, Joanna eventually talked about the problem in a broader sense, saying that their goal has always been to make a place where everyone feels welcome. But the controversy made a lasting impact, especially on people who want to see more diverse characters in popular media. Besides problems with the law because of their religious beliefs, the Gaines were also in trouble with the law. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, fined their company in 2017 for breaking rules about lead paint during home improvements. The violations happened at several homes that were fixed up while Fixer Upper was being filmed. The EPA says Chip and Joanna's makeover company did not follow the renovation, repair, and painting rule properly. This rule is meant to protect people from lead poisoning, especially in homes built before 1978. Some of the violations were not covering floors and vents, not properly handling trash, and not giving homeowners the right lead danger pamphlets. There was no denial on the part of the Gaines family, but they quickly took action to settle the issue. They admitted guilt, paid a $40,000 fine, and promised to make an EPA-funded movie to teach people how to safely renovate homes that might have lead paint hazards. In reaction, the couple said they were sorry for the mistake and promised to do better next time. That's when this judicial mess woke people up. They knew a lot about planning and remodeling, but that didn't mean they were above the law. The event didn't really hurt their public image, but it did show how responsible they were as business owners and media figures. The legal problem may seem to be over, but it may not be as simple as that. Word on the street is that it has quietly caused Chip Gaines a lot of trouble. And this is where the most shocking claim comes in. There have been rumors on social media and in online videos that Chip Gaines is once again in a lot of legal problems. Some even say he has been sentenced to life in jail because of unresolved violations involving dangerous lead paint practices during home improvements. But do these claims have any truth to them? This story seems to have started with some shocking YouTube videos that have come out in the last few months. They were shared on a lot of platforms very quickly, using dramatic music, unclear narration, and deceptive thumbnails of courtrooms and mug shots. It's clear that the goal is to get people's attention and get hits, no matter how accurate the information is. The real 2017 lawsuit between Chip and Joanna's remodeling business and the Environmental Protection Agency is at the heart of the claim. At the time, the problem got a lot of attention, but after it was fixed without any more legal problems, most people forgot about it. The rumor mill, on the other hand, has made this fact into something much scarier. The videos pushing the life sentence story often talk about the original EPA case, but then they jump to making up stories that Chip didn't follow the terms of the deal, which led to more punishments that led to his life sentence. Still, not a single trustworthy news source has mentioned anything even remotely similar. There are no arrest records, court papers, or official statements to back up such a crazy turn of events. This is clear from a quick look at reliable news sources and public records. No new charges have been brought against Chip Gaines by the EPA or any other federal or state body. Magnolia, the couple's business, is still running as usual. Chip has also been seen in public recently, for interviews and to give updates on projects that are still going on. This definitely disproves the idea that he is in jail. In this day and age, it's important to know how false information gets around. These are well-known Gaines, and any rumor of trouble is probably being blown out of proportion to get more hits and views. The story about the so-called life sentence is a standard example of how truth is often pushed to the back burner in the name of going viral online. It's time for me to tell you the truth. Telling the difference between fact and fantasy and showing where Chip and Joanna Gaines are now. Despite all the chatter and stories on the internet. Online rumors say that Chip Gaines is in jail, but this is not true. He is not, in any way, given a life sentence. The 2017 lawsuit against the EPA was dealt with, settled, and closed years ago. As of now, there have been no new charges, arrests, or court decisions that would tell us otherwise. The internet chatter and movies that go viral are based on nothing but speculation and clickbait culture, not on facts. In fact, Chip and Joanna are still very busy with their personal and professional lives. They are still running their Magnolia empire, which is made up of many different businesses that are growing all the time. The couple is at the center of everything, from building homes to making movies through the Magnolia network. Their emblem has grown a long way past a simple domestic maintenance commercial enterprise. It now includes retail shops, restaurants, espresso houses, a way of life mag, or even a boutique inn. All of which mirror their signature fashion and values. Their latest primary project, Lodge 1928, in downtown Waco, Texas, was featured in the display Fixer Upper, The Hotel, a revival in their authentic series that aired on their own Magnolia network. This hospitality venture no longer handiest added them lower back to their upkeep roots, but also showcased their capability to take on larger, greater bold projects even as maintaining the coronary heart and attraction their enthusiasts have continually cherished. Past their enterprise fulfillment, Chip and Joanna have made a sturdy effort to recognition on well-being and circle of relatives existence. In 2024, the couple began running out together for the primary time, emphasizing health and high-quality time. They stay arms on mother and father to their 5 youngsters and are often seen making public appearances that highlight their grounded lifestyle. Searching in advance, the destiny of the Gaines circle of relatives appears targeted on further increase, deeper circle of relatives connections, and staying authentic to their values. They plan to keep expanding Magnolia with new ventures while prioritizing stability and nicely being. As for the viral rumors about imprisonment, they may be not anything greater than noise. Chip and Joanna continue to be loose, active, and vary a whole lot in control in their lives. Case in point that achievement and scandal do not continually go hand in hand. What are your thoughts at the viral rumors about Chip Prophet's imprisonment? Do you watch people are too short to agree with the entirety they see online? Share your mind within the remarks beneath.